3 yards for the Cougars. Ball was bobbled on the handoff, but picked up by the Cougars. Short loss on the play.
So it looks like we are back here. Had some technical difficulties, but we are back here. This is Cougars' first drive of the evening. It is 4th down. Cougars are 4th and 5 on the Indians' about 16-yard line. Eichste back to pass. Number 5, Cal Barnett. So after 3 first downs, Cougars stall on the Indians' 16, 17-yard lines. Indians take over on downs. 1st and 10 for the Indians' first possession of the evening. Looks like we're good here now, so sorry for the inconvenience if you're waiting. Again, first possession of the game for the Indians. Little pitch to the outside. Good job by Barnett on the outside. Good job there by the Cougars to get penetration back in the backfield. Nowhere to go for number 7.
Ball was kept by number 7, Breck Norris. Brought down in the backfield by several Cougars.
So now tables are turned here. 4th about 5 for the Indians. Indians in punt formation. We'll see if they kick. It is kicked back to Huff. Huff fields it cleanly down the right side and then cuts back all the way to the left side and gets the return all the way past midfield to get back a lot of what they lost on the kick, or what was gained on the kick. Probably net of about 10, 15 yards there for the Indians. So good job by Pearson to bring that ball back. A tough catch with the wind blowing the ball. The wind is with the Indians right now. So that was a tough catch, but Pearson made it happen and then gained quite a few yards there after the catch. Good job, good running there by
carried by Connor
Sullivan.
Good for about an 8-yard carry.
Second down and 2 for the Cougars. Again, if you're just joining us, we are score 0-0, 6 minutes to go here in this first quarter. No team, Cougars had some first downs.
Pass off number 11, Pearson Huff. Good for a first down.
But Cougars stalled deep in the Indian territory, about right where they're at right now. See if Cougars can finish this drive with a touchdown. Again, if you're just joining us, Cougars 4-0 on the season and Indians 2-2. Both obviously, it looks beginning of the game here evenly matched.
Pitch was number 11, Pearson Huff, brought down by number 4, Jackson Beechner.
Huff pulled down by the sleeve or kind of back of his jersey there.
Gain of about 4 yards.
So 2nd and 6 here for the Cougars. Deep in Indian territory. Eichste under center, up the middle. Huff taking on tacklers. Good job there by Huff, Pearson.
Off to Huff, and he powers through for a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cougars.
Taking on both tacklers, and neither one of them were really successful. I think he kind of tripped on the last one there. So Cougars 1st and goal on about the 3-yard line here. So 4 plays to put this ball in the end zone. Let's see if Cougars can do that here.
Ball was fumbled.
Eichste trouble in the snap, and then Sullivan, or Huff, fumbled with the little, I think one of the Indians got his arm in there. Cougars take a timeout. This is one thing Cougars have had a little bit of problems with early here in their, well, I guess it's not really early in the season, but that's the center quarterback exchange has
I'd like to recognize some
been
of our
a little bit troublesome
Plumbing
at times. And I know Coach Barnett and Coach Barnett both have probably adjust that in practice multiple times, but can't simulate a game situation. So Cougars here calming down, coach calming down, getting a play call, exactly what they want here on the field. Indians trying to make a stand. 2nd down and no gain. Cougars again lucky to get the ball on that fumble by Huff. Eichste on the fake into the end zone for a Cougar touchdown.
Quarterback keeper ran in by number 1, Luke Eichste. Good for a Cougar touchdown.
So Coach Barnett settles the guys down and able to execute the play into the end zone for a touchdown. Eichste just on the little bootleg after the fakes was able to get to the corner of the end zone. 2-point conversion here. Eichste in the middle there, sees a hole and takes it. Good job by
Score 8 for the Central Christian Cougars, 0 for the St. Paul Indians.
Good job there by Luke to get see the hole and hit the hole quickly and get in for the 2-point conversion. We're going to move camera here a little bit so that we have a little bit better angle for you. That's what's happening.
Edward Jones and Melanie Collins.
All right, let's see here. Not quite. We're almost there. Hey, there we go. There's the pylon. We see pylon to pylon. Yes. All right, now we're good. Okay, so after the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, Cougars 8, Indians 0.
Number 16, Devin Vogel for the Indians back to receive.
Cougars kind of got it together there offensively after a couple of miscues here. First 2 possessions of the game. Koyman to kick. Ball goes out of bounds. That is an illegal play, so flags are down. We'll see what the Indians decide to do. Looks like Indians will move the Cougars back and have them re-kick. So instead of kicking from the 30, now Koyman tees it up on the 25.
Cougars will be re-kicking the ball. Cale Koyman back to kick for the Cougars.
And again, Cougars are against the wind here this first quarter, so ball's sitting up a little bit. Ball goes out of bounds again. We'll see what, okay, so it looks like going to get moved back 5 more yards. And again, re-kick. Again, wind is gusting a little bit from the south, and they're kicking into a south wind, so from the north into the south end zone. Move back to the 20 now. Koyman again tees it up. Now, if this one goes out of bounds, I think automatically Indians will have to take it on the 35. And ball is on the ground and covered by number 7.
Ball is recovered by number 7, Breck Norris.
So after all that, ball's covered up, no return. In the Indian territory. 1st and 10 for the Indians on their own 26-7 yard line. Little option play there by the Indians. Nothing doing. Cougars covered both players, the pitchman and the quarterback. So good job by the Cougars there to cover both options on the little speed option to the left. Norris is a quarterback for the Indians. Again, looks like option to the right. And again, Cougars do a good job of covering that little pitch from the Indians. Actually, the lost yards on that did the Indians.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about a yard.
Cougar corners have been playing pretty stout this year. Nothing doing much around the outside for any of the teams that they've played. Cougar corners just ready to come up on anything to their side. Little delay handoff there. Norris and Cougars ate it up again. So 4th and 14 for the Indians. Looks like they will punt. Back really deep there is Pearson Huff. Last time he was able to corral the ball. See if he'll able to do that. Punt is on the ground. Huff has no chance to get to it, and down at the about 10-yard line of the Cougars. So Cougars will take over 1st and 10. Right now we have 2:45 to go in this first quarter.
Some of our Central Christian business boosters, Edward Jones and Melanie Collins, Petron Plus Global Inc., Reno Alcohol and Drug
Cougars
Electric Inc.
have had the ball twice, and Indians have had the ball twice. And Cougars were able to score on this last possession. So scores, Cougars 8, Indians 0. Cougars will have to go quite a ways here and get into the end zone. Sullivan gets the ball, cuts back. Stiff arm. Jersey tackle there on Sullivan by number 16. Looks like 16 of the defense. Otherwise, that would have been probably a touchdown for the Cougars. So we've heard a lot of Vogel, number 16 for the for the Indians, and a lot of Huff and Sullivan for the Cougars. A little bit of Ikesty mixed in there and some Barnett. So Cougars mixing it up quite well here. First quarter of the game. Huff down the left side and shows his speed into the end zone for a Cougar touchdown. Good blocking over there on the left side of the line. Holes open up for Pearson, and Pearson scampers through all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Right before, actually, 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. PAT ensuing here for the Cougars. Barnett and Huff split out wide. Sullivan beside Ikesty. Two-point conversion. Pass to Huff is good.
Pass from Ikesty to Huff for the two-point conversion is good. Makes our score 16 for the Central Christian Cougars, 0 for the St. Paul Indians. 2:02 left to go in the first quarter.
So I'm sure that's one of the things that Coach Barnett has been working on in practice. They have not been super successful, especially early in the game, on their PATs. You want to at least get 50% of them, and today Cougars are 100%. But last couple games, first couple of possessions, first couple of touchdowns, Cougars have been struggling on their two-point conversions. And today it looks like they clean that up and get both of them on both touchdowns. Again, I'd like to welcome you if you're now joining us on YouTube. We are now live. Had some internet issues, and looks like we got those fixed, so we're good to go. And I'm watching the same thing you're watching. So we're live here on YouTube. Koyman back again to kick. And we'll see if he can keep it in bounds this time. He does. Kicks it away from the Indians.
Ball was received by number 16, Devin Vogel for the Indians.
Vogel for the Indians. Good catch. Good hard running there around the right side, just met by the Cougar defense. Good coverage there by the Cougars on the return. So Indians take the ball now, 1st and 10 on their own 22, 23-yard line, something like that. And we have just under 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Score, Cougars 16, St. Paul 0. St. Paul, first possession, had a couple of things going well, and now looks like some miscommunication there in the backfield. Running back went left and quarterback went right. Don't think that's what they drew up. So Cougars take advantage of the miscue in the backfield and sack a quarterback for a loss there. Many of those Cougars back there for the sack. I don't know who the official scorer is, but we'll see who gets that sack, or if the team gets it. Motion here by Vogel. In and out of the hands of number 25,
Justin
Gomez. That was a good play there by the Indians. Nobody over there covering for the Cougars. Good play drawn up, just not able to execute. So 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 here for the Indians. See if they can get something going right before the end of this first quarter. They are going with the wind, so that's to their advantage right now. Still scrambling. And hit immediately by Eichste. Looks like the receiver was unable to keep a hold of that ball, so it is incomplete. 4th and 14 for the Indians. So Indians now with the win still. Here, a minute to go, minute 2.
Pearson Huff back to receive the punt.
Huff back, almost blocked. Huff able to scoop it up down the right side. Flags on the play. Huff brought down from behind by 16, Vogel.
Returned by Huff, brought down by number 16, Devin Vogel.
But it looks like there's some laundry on the field. Probably a illegal block in the back or something like that. Looks like the Cougars are making their way back towards their side of the field. So I did not see what the indication of the penalty was, but we're moving back. So it was on the Cougars. So Cougars take over here just before the end of the first quarter. Cougars are going against the wind. 49 seconds to go. Score, Cougars 16, Indians 0. Some timeout called by the Cougars. That's a second timeout already called by Coach Barnett here in this first quarter. Kind of unlike the Cougars.
I'd like to recognize more of our business boosters. The Bug Guys Pest Control, DJ Kaufman Insurance Agency, Hyatt Life Sciences, Kaufman Seeds Incorporated, Dr. Chad R. Loudenbeck, BBS, Nick LaGreca Tree and Lift Services, Prairie Star Health Center, and Sturdy Built Storage Barns and Garage Doors. Thank you for your support for Central Christian Schools.
So Cougars, after the timeout, take the field. Indians back on the field. Plays getting ready to resume here. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars after the punt by the Indians. 3 split wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Eichste and Sullivan in the backfield. Eichste a lot of time. Good catch, good pass from Eichste to, looks like it was Braden Wallace.
Pass was complete from number 1, Luke Eichste, to number 12, Braden Wallace. Gain of about 8 on the play.
So good to see Eichste and Wallace getting hooked up here just before the quarter ends. 12 seconds, clock is running. Sweep to Huff around the left side. Huff turns the corner, knocks a couple of Indians over, and is able to make it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Good blocking by the offensive line all the way to the sideline, and then able to seal off the defense for Huff to get just down the sideline and into the end zone. And then obviously Pearson there took on a tackler or two and laid waste to them. So good job by Pearson, good job by the offensive line. Score for the Cougars.
Cougar offensive line.
2-point conversion here for the Cougars.
Two-point conversion is just short, stopped at the line. Makes our score 22 for the Central Christian Cougars, 0 for the St. Paul Indians.
So nothing on the 2-point conversion there. That will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, Cougars 22, Indians 0.
I'd like to recognize some more of our business boosters. Esau Miller Family Dentistry, First National Bank, Gould Brothers from Lowell, Nebraska, Yetzi Roofing Service. Thank you for your support for Central Christian Schools.
If you were here last week for our reunion, alumni and friends weekend, you saw cheerleaders having uniforms from all different seasons, borrowed from, I think, all the way back from the 70s to, I think someone had last year's uniform on. And so tonight, they're all dressed the same. I have a little connection with the cheerleaders, so I have my attention has been brought to that, and so I'm drawing your attention to that. Anyway, all right. So second quarter here to go. Koyman to kick again. Now Cougars are with the wind at their back. So Koyman tees it up. And it's evident then that the wind is at the Cougars' back. Koyman just boots it into the end zone for a touchback. So the Indians will take over 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. Again, if you're just joining us, St. Paul Indians from St. Paul, Kansas. They're here at Cougar Stadium to take on the Cougars. Your score right at the beginning of the second quarter is Cougars 22, Indians 0. Indians will take over after the score just on the expiration of the clock of the first quarter. Indians trying to get something going here. Very, very bunched up here.
Ball was carried by number 16, Devin Vogel.
Vogel for the Indians. So with the narrow splits and the tight formation here, Indians try to get something moving down the field. Right up the middle, Vogel again, brought down by Wallace, or no, I think that was Barnett on the tackle.
Ball carried again by number 16, Vogel, good for a first down.
Somewhat difficult to see when you got tight splits and a lot of guys kind of all in the same area. So Cougars trying to navigate all the white jerseys and find the ball carrier. Somewhat difficult sometimes to do. Good job there by the Cougars to get in the backfield and stop the run by number 7.
Ball kept by number 7, Brett
Norris.
Loss of about a yard to 2 yards on the play. Good defense by the Cougars.
Good to see some of our young guys in there right now. Got some freshman guys getting some playing time. Norris back, evades the tackler, and then slips down. So sack for the Cougars. Good job by getting after the quarterback.
Scrambled in the backfield, brought down by
So now we got third and long.
third and long for the Indians.
If you want to know exactly, it looks like it's about 20 yards for the first down here. Again, now as we get later in the evening, wind not quite as strong as it was at the start of the game, but still probably a factor out there. Wind at the Cougars back now into the face of the Indians. Indians split 2 guys left. And pass falls incomplete.
Pass number 25, Justin Gomez, is incomplete.
So we'll see what the Indians do here. They are kicking into a breeze. See if they'll kick or they'll try to get some yardage out of it. Looks like they're going to kick. Barnett back deep for the Cougars. The line drive kick, fielded by Barnett to the left side, cuts up inside. Still moving. Oh, ball's on the ground. And looks like Indians recovered.
Knocked out of his hands. And looks like it was recovered by the Indians.
Just a little bit careless there with the ball. Cougars turn it over. So after the punt, Indians and their fumble, Indians take back over. 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line. Vogel, quick pitch out there to the left side, fighting for every yard he can get. Got about a yard or 2.
Ball carried by number 16, Devin Vogel. Gained for about 2 or 3 yards. Good hard run.
Indians move quickly here after the fumble recovery and a little bit of success there on first down with that quick pitch. 2 now to the right. Cougars stop Vogel right up the middle. Gain of about a yard on the play. So
Vogel with the carry again, good for a gain of about 2 yards.
3rd and 5 for the Indians. Again, they are going against the wind, so passing this direction might not be something that they want to do. We'll see here what they draw up. Pitch to the left to Vogel. Vogel up the middle, taking on tacklers and getting a first down. Good hard run there by Vogel.
Pitch to number 16, Vogel. Good for a first down for the Indians.
Clock continues to run. 7:33 to go here in this first quarter. Score Cougars 22, Indians 0, but Indians have some momentum here after the fumble and now the first down. Good job there by the Cougars. Just
Good stop by the Cougars. Gain of about 1 on the play.
give them only about a yard. Indians looking to go quickly, getting a play from the sideline. Cougars up and ready. 2nd down. Again, a little quick pitch out there to Vogel. Brought down from the back.
Ball carried again by number 16, Devin
Looks
Vogel.
by Wallace. Good pursuit there by Braden from the backside.
Brought down by Braden Wallace for the Cougars.
Gain of 2 on the play, so 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Looks like we have an equipment issue on the field. Shoe fell off. The referees take a equipment timeout. So Cougars get their shoes back on, and 3rd and about 6 or 7 for the Indians. Number 7, Norris, up the middle, stopped by the Cougars. 4th and 5 now.
Short gain on the play, be 4th and about 5 for the Indians.
Good stout defense, just little counter plays and quick pitch options. Looks like those are the 2 successful plays there for the Indians. The Indians will take a timeout here. 4th and 5 on the Cougars' 26-yard line.
I'd like to recognize some more of our business boosters. Bell Credit Union, Bueller Dental Care, Dr. Dal Hunt, DDS, Christian Therapy and Mediation Services, Conklin Automotive Group, Decker and Madison, Elliott Mortuary and Crematory, and Hutch Auto Body. Thank you for your support of the Central Christian Schools.
Turned out to be a pretty nice evening here. It is a little breezy. Breeze never hurt people in Kansas, so we'll take the breeze, gets it cooled off a little bit more here. And we'll see what the Indians draw up here on 4th and 5. Cougars make sure they're disciplined, make sure they don't jump off sides, make sure they watch the ball. Otherwise, could give the Indians either a first down or really close to it. I think it looks so close that I think if a penalty was called, the referees would definitely give the Indians a first down on it. So Cougars make sure they're disciplined here. See the ball and then get to the ball. So 4th and 5 in Cougar territory. Indians false start is the call on the Indians. Looks like that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to draw the Cougars off sides. Cougars were real disciplined there to stay in their stance, just watch the ball. Now another timeout being called by the Indians. So instead of 4th and 5, now it's 4th and 10. That's a little bit different scenario for the Indians.
Timeout Indians.
As you can tell, there's some definite athletes there on the cheerleading squad. Don't ask me to do that. Oh, you can ask me, but I'm not going to be able to. All right, so here we go. 4th and 10 for the Indians. Indians split 2 guys out to the right and 1 guy to the left. 16, Vogel in motion. Norris sprints out to the right and overthrows the intended receiver, incomplete. So Cougars take over on downs.
Central Christian Cougars ball.
5:19 to go here in this second quarter. Score Cougars 22, Indians 0. Indians had the ball there for seemed like quite a while. So Cougars take over. Eichste under center. Huff around the left side. Dragging tacklers. Tripped up by number 4.
Dragged down by number 4, Jackson Beechner. It'll be good for a Cougar first down.
Good blocking up there, good blocking up front for the 10-yard, actually 15-yard gain on that first down play. Eichste back to pass. Ball is caught by Barnett.
Pass from Eichste to Barnett is good.
Quite the catch by Cal. Went up and high pointed it right over the defender.
It'll be a first and goal.
Good strong catch.
For the Cougars.
Eichste put it where only his guy could get it, and his guy went up and got it. Good pass there by Eichste. And good catch by Barnett. That's a tough catch over the top of the defender for a high school eight-man team. That's pretty high level for this group. Huff right up the middle.
Number 11, Pearson Huff.
If you saw the blocking on that play, there was what we call a pancake block. Cale Koyman just, pancaked his man. Very aggressive blocking up front so that running back does not have to do hardly any work there. And Pearson Huff taking on tacklers and skipping off their back. Two-point conversion good.
Makes our score 30 for the Central Christian Cougars, 0 for the St. Paul Indians. 4:07 left to go in the second quarter. I'd like to take this time to recognize some more of our Central Christian business boosters. Idea Tech, Nisley Brothers Inc., Papa John's Pizza, Phoenix Restoration of Hutchinson, Plaza Asco Realty, Quality Body Shop, and Wagner's Inc. Thank you for your support of Central Christian Schools.
So after the turnover on downs, Cougars get the touchdown. We've got just about 4 minutes, 4:07 to go in this second quarter. Score, Cougars 30, Indians 0. Koyman to kick. Again, Cougars kicking with the wind now. You can see the flags on the goalpost. They're still pretty strong wind out there. Cale kicks it deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Kick into the end zone.
So Indians will take over on their own 15-yard line. No time off the clock as ball was not touched by the kick receiving team. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. If you are watching, we'd love to see you out here supporting the guys, supporting the girls, supporting the school. But if you can't, join us and support us right here on YouTube. Every home game, we will be broadcasting the varsity games as well as most of the JV games when we get into volleyball and into basketball. Indians take over, pitch to the left side. Cougars all over that. Vogel again, the ball carrier. Nothing doing on that left side pitch.
16 Vogel, stopped by a wall of Cougars.
Again, good to see some of these young guys get some experience here in this first half, contributing to success of the Cougars. Clock is running. 3:31 to go here in this second quarter. Indians ball, second down on their own 16-yard line, 15-yard line. 34, Aiden Burke on the sack.
Stop at the line of scrimmage by number 34, Aiden Burke.
Nice to see Aiden getting in there and making a tackle. Again, some of these younger guys getting in on defense and contributing to success tonight. It's 3rd down and 10. (16) Vogel on the carry. Short gain.
Short gain on that play, about a yard. 4th and 9 for the Indians.
Ball is kicked out of bounds, so no return for the Cougars. They will take over. 1st and 10, just over midfield. Actually, right at midfield. They'll put the ball right on the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 Cougars. Minute 59 to play here in this second quarter. Score Cougars 30, Indians 0. Indians have had a couple of chances with some good big plays, and then some miscues by the Cougars have given the Indians a couple of good field positions. But as you can see here, Connor Sullivan now not being denied tonight. Sullivan, good hard run down the left side. And you ask any of the Cougars, anybody want to tackle this freight train coming at you, and they'll all tell you, no thank you. And exactly what we saw down the sideline. So Cougars now 36-0. Minute 50 to go in this second quarter. Cougars under center. Sullivan up the middle for the touchdown, or excuse me, the PAT, 2 points. So at 1:50 to go in the second quarter. Score Cougars 38, Indians 0.
1 minute and 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
So interesting when you are a small school and you have very limited number of subs to come out on the field. Most of the time, coaches are just going to keep their foot on the gas and getting into the end zone. So in 8-man football, the 45-point rule comes into play at halftime or after. And with not a lot of subs, you have to play some of the guys that have been out there the whole time, and that's just kind of the nature of what happens at small schools. So we'll see what Coach Barnett does here. The last minute 50. He's had his younger guys in all first and second quarter as good contributors. So everyone's been on the field quite a bit this evening. Koyman to kick. trickles back. And a great tackle, great pursuit downfield. I think that was Eichsty. Yeah, Luke Eichsty just flew down the field, did not let the ball carrier get any sort of momentum and tackled him. Let's see, inside the 5. That ball is going to be put about right at the 5-yard line. So now Indians spread it out. See if they can get something going here right before half. Indians getting the call from the sideline. Good gain on the play. 2nd and about 6, so 4 yards on that play. Clock continues to run. 1:09 to go here in this first half. Pitch out to the side. Around the left side. Good tackle there by Huff. Good sure tackle. Chains will reset, and then the clock will run. So right under a minute here. Now clock is running. Indians getting the call from the sideline after the good hard run. First on 2nd down. 1st down now for the Indians. Indians go back to tight formation. And Cougars stop the runner there. Looks like Vogel again. Yep. Had a heavy dose of Vogel up the middle.
Number 16, Vogel. Gain of about a yard on the play.
Clock continues to run. 15 seconds to go, so probably the last play of the quarter. I don't know that Indians will have to run a play if they don't want to. They do. And that is the end of the first half.
Our score 38 for the Central Christian Cougars.
So Cougars put up 38 here on a great evening for football against a good team in the Indians in south of St. Paul. We will pause here, let you watch what happens on the field for halftime. We'll be back here in about 18 minutes, 15-minute halftime and a 3-minute warm-up period, and we will be back. So thanks for joining us. Keep the stream going, and you hear my voice, that will be your cue to come back. All right, here I am. We're back and just ready to start this second half. If you're just joining us, Cougars on top, 38-0. Koyman to kick. It looks like Indians decided to receive, and so Cougars chose the wind here. Start of the second half. It is a bit breezy, not super strong, but enough to make a difference on a kick. And kick goes back into the end zone. There's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Flag on the play.
Looks like we have a discussion about a penalty. I don't know what the penalty is. All right, well, it looks like the penalty was on the Cougars. Not exactly sure what it is. It's a phantom penalty, I guess, but gives the Indians another 10 yards after the touchback. Indians take over 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Cougars have nothing to do with the sprint to the left by the quarterback. Trey Miller, good pursuit on that play.
Loss of about 4 yards.
So Cougars come out swinging here early in this third quarter. Second half just underway. 11:30 to go, or 11:30 left on the clock. So just 30 seconds left. That was the first play of the period. Cougars getting themselves organized. Cut back by the quarterback, and a flag on the play. Personal foul, face mask on the Cougars. So that will give the Indians a 15-yard advantage and automatic first down. So Cougars giving the Indians 25 yards here on the first series of the second half for the Indians on penalties. And when you're up 38-0, I'm sure the referees are going to be looking at every single little thing that you're doing. So when you know that's happening, and Cougars now do know that that is happening, they have to play pretty much perfect on their tackling, on their blocking. Little option. Cale Koyman sacked.
Sack in the backfield.
Quarterback. Looked like it was a little option play.
Brought down by number 30, Cale Koyman.
Or a run pass option. I'm not sure if he was going to run it and then he decided that he was going to throw it, and then saw Cale coming barreling at him. Not exactly sure, but lost in the play. Good play by Cale. Second down on the loss. 16 again.
Ball carried by number 16, Devin
Vogel.
Gain of about a yard or two.
Good job by the offensive line up front. Again, good to see some of these younger guys getting in on some stops defensively. Indian split 2. And looks like we had some illegal motion. False start on the offense, so
false start for
the Indians will be backed up 5 yards from the spot, and they will get the third down over.
Third and long for the Indians.
So Indians again, looks like they're spreading the field to the left. Tight here to the right side. Vogel now to the left. Sprint out by quarterback number 7. Got pressure. And Pearson Huff up on the interception. So Cougars intercept the pass on the long 3rd down try. Pearson goes up and catches the ball. Comes down a little hard there, but secures the ball, gets the ball to the Cougars on the interception. So Cougars now take over in their own territory, just over midfield, 32-yard line. Cougars get organized, come to the line. Huff split out to the left. Sullivan back behind the quarterback, Eichste. Sullivan takes on 2, now 3, and still gets a yard, yard and a half.
Ball carried by number 16, Connor Sullivan, brought down by 3 Indians. Gain of about 2 on the play.
Play looked like it was designed to go outside to the left, but 2 Indians out there, and Connor just decided to take a couple for a ride. But in the process, he got taken down himself. So little gain on the play. 2nd down for the Cougars here. First possession of the 3rd quarter. Cougars 38, Indians nothing. Pitch to Sullivan around the right side. Sullivan gets to the corner and shoved out of bounds finally after a pretty long game, about 20 yards on the play.
Number 16, Connor Sullivan, for about a 20-yard gain. Be good for a Cougar 1st down.
Again, Cougars on that sweep have been able to seal the edge pretty close to the sideline, but still get a seal on that end or corner. I'm not exactly sure what who's out there for the Indians, but good seal on the Indians, and then able to cut up either inside or outside of that seal and able to get good gains on those pitches and sweeps to the outside. Eichste to Huff. Huff sidesteps, tackler,
Cougar touchdown.
and Huff into the end zone, untouched for the touchdown. So we'll see what the Cougars do. It's 44-0. They score another 2-point conversion. The game will be over. Again, Cougars have had most of their 2nd string in for offense and defense, both playing quite a bit first half. So don't know that they're too worried about getting playing time for those guys because they've been on the field already. And a false start on the Cougars. Again, getting some of those young guys some experience. A little nervous on the line. But back up 5. Still replay this PAT. Just a little more difficult, or you might say it gives the Cougars a little more space to work here on the point after. Again, your score, Cougars 44, Indians 0. So we'll see what transpires here. And pass is caught by Koyman for the 2-point conversion, and that is your ball game.
Number 30, Cale Koyman for the 2-point conversion. Makes our score 46 for the Central Christian Cougars, 0 for the St. Paul Indians. And I do believe that'll be our game.
So that's the end of the ball game. 2 good teams here. I mean, good credit to the Indians. They fought hard. They are a good team here. Just ran into just a little bit better Cougars team here tonight. Cougars now go to 5-0 on the season, undefeated. Indians go to 2-3. This is a non-district game, so just a good, hard-fought game by two teams wanting to play some good football mid-season. The rest of the games now from here on out, I believe, will be district games. Cougars are 1-0 in district, having taken care of Fairfield last week in a District 5 game. Hadn't looked at St. Paul. I know they play Axtell next week, so that'll be a really tough game. Axtell again ranked number 1 in Division 2. I think they're going on 4 or 5 state championships in a row, so it'll be a tough road for St. Paul next week. Cougars, on the other hand, go to Skyline, I believe, and take on a Pratt Skyline team. Not sure how Pratt Skyline is doing, but that is an away game next week for the Cougars. Cougars will then return, I believe, back here the week after for a district game. So in any case, I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight as the teams meet in the middle for a word of prayer. Just thankful that no injuries and safety was there tonight for both teams. We'd like to thank you for joining us. If you have not already, please hit that subscribe button, like this video so that it will be pushed out there more often. People like the videos. People watch Central Christian Cougar football, and we'll again encourage you to come to Cougar Stadium and take in one of these games for yourself. Nice fall night here tonight, and I'm sure it will be next time as well, as we're getting into that cool time of the year, especially in the evenings here. So if you would like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, we're trying to make this as accessible and as good as we can, and we know that you're watching, and you know that you're subscribing, and you appreciate these videos with your likes and with your subscribes, then we know that this is something we will continue to do. So thanks for joining us tonight. Again, your score, Central Christian 46, St. Paul 0. That is the conclusion of our ball game. Thanks for joining.